Going live. Okay, well, we are live, and we're going to wait for people to filter in, because it doesn't seem like there's anyone in there yet. But it does take StreamYard a few seconds to catch up. And I don't have my phone, so I can't. Let's put this here. And let's bring this over here. God's up there. Some paper. All right. Getting set up. Hello, Katie. Well, you're not early. Everyone else is late. I guess. Yeah, just waiting for folks to filter in. How are you today? I know I posted this one kind of a little last minute. I usually do it ahead of time, but we'll wait for folks to filter in. They're filtering in. So, anyways, to the two of you that are here so far, welcome to Cross Paths. Wednesday Night Readings. Usually I'm the late one. Doing good. Hope you're well too. I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today. A little stuffy nose, but other than that, could be worse. Anyways, while we wait for people to filter in, let me just, I'm going to put this up here. That way, as people filter in. Hi, Tara. Hi, Tara Apple. How are you? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Fallen. Hi, Jack. How are you? How are you guys doing? And there it is. So this is how you get on the list for readings, just like Katie did. Make a little arrow next to your name. And we're going to write down K-A-T. Katie R is up first. Hi, Isis Mommy. Good evening. Okay. Fallen Truly, Tar Apple. Tar Apple. Hey, Bus Buddy, how are you? I'm busting it right here as we go along. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, Gypsy. We know how it goes. Hi, Opal. How are you? How are you doing? If you want a reading, put one of those in the comments next to your name. Just type it in. Like my little typing. Little typing. I don't know what you call it. Is it like charades? I don't know if it's like charades. Who the heck knows? Spitfire Cat. We're going to add you to the list. Okay. Yes. Janice. Janice, all right, we got a list going so far. So far we have Katie R, Fallen Truly, Tar Apple, Spitfire Cat, and Janice McKay. Gypsy, we're going to add you to the list. And hold on, when I write Gypsy's name, just because she's my bus buddy. So that, Gypsy, is how I write your name now, because you are my bus buddy. Beep, beep, on the bus. All right, let me see. We've got more. All right. So we got Terry. Terikay. Is it? It's Killaran, right? And let's see. Oh, let me go. Hold on 1 second. Isis Mommy, did I skip? Oh my God, look at, hold on. It's Isis Mommy. Yes, all right, I'm doing in order. I got Isis Mommy. I got you right in there. I wrote between the lines. Someone else had wanted a reading. Hold on, let me see. Dave, this is Evelyn. I want one. So I'll write it down. Let me, so I know. So my brain, because here's how the brain works. It don't. No, Isis Mommy, I got you. Oh, where the hell? Uh-oh, it's gold. Where is it? It's gold. Okay, so I'm going to write it as Jaelyn. CKSON, and I'll put in parentheses EVELYN. All right. Well, we're getting a list here, everybody. All right. Oh, yeah. No, don't worry. You don't have to have Isis Mommy's back because I got all your backs. I will not try to skip anybody because that's not my way. Hi, October. I know you have your class. But I'm jealous because that class sounds cool. All right. I'm going to read the list. We have Katie R., Fallen Truly, Tar Apple, Spitfire Cat, Janice McKay, Isis Mommy, Gypsy, my bus buddy, beep beep, Terry Killaran, and Jalen Jackson or Evelyn. Is that everybody? It's a good start. Did I miss anybody? All right, but that's the list I got. So, anyways, shall we get started? Let me get this thing off my screen. Oh, let's get rid of this banner. All right, let's get this party started. Okay, up first, Katie R. Please post your question in the comments as I shuffle over here. Beep, beep. All right, Katie R. Please post your question. And Lucian is having difficulties over there. I heard him say shitballs. Sorry. I don't know what's going on over there.
No, I'm trying to make tea and the little tag thingy fell off.
All right, a general for Katie R. All right, let's get a couple of shuffles in here, and all right, we'll get this going. Okay. All right, and we'll cut the deck here, and let's see what we've got. Dum 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 dum. All right, so general for Katie. All right, our first card, Judgment. Oh, we've got Knight. And we've got our Strength. How about that? All right, put the deck down here. All right, interesting. So first up, for our first card is the Judgment card. So what do we think of when we talk Judgment? Well, it isn't judgment, like in being judged. When I see Judgment, I see like the birth of an idea or create, not like esoteric creation like the magician, but it's like The birth of an idea. I think that's what the book even says. Judgment. Oh, no, wait a minute. Yeah, experiencing the rebirth in ideas or development. Like development. That's the word I was looking for. When I see this card, I don't have my pointer. We used a pen. Does that show up? Yeah. When you see this card, I always take note. I see two folks sitting down, and I see, three kind of standing. And it almost like gives this vibe to me of like taking a test. So there is a judgment capacity to it, but it's like the fruition of knowledge coming to pass. So something. So what this card's telling me is that there's an idea. There's something you may be pondering. Excuse me. That you want to kind of go into your brain and grab onto that, because whatever that idea is, it appears it's an idea you want to hang on to. And now we're going to go to Knight of Cups. So what's our knight? He's a bringer of change. And whenever I see this particular knight, definitely looks like good change, right? He's got the I'm going to bring this up here. He's got the cup. He's holding it up, right? It's like here. This is good. He's validating the idea brought forth in this card. Now, the thing is, now we're moving to the strength card. And that is telling me this idea, stick with it. Whatever. I don't know what it is because I haven't asked you, but it's in your brain. You want to figure that out, and really stick with it. If there's something that you're thinking of doing and you're not sure, do it, and see it through to the end, because that's what I'm seeing here, right? We've got the supportive change here. And this idea may also require or envelop some change, right? But it's a good change that I'm seeing here, so long as you kind of stick through it. I hope that makes a little bit of sense, hopefully. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here. All right, October, have fun at class. I look forward to hearing all about it. Oops. Okay. Oh, so that's. Oh my God! What am I doing? Let's move that over here. So, Katie, does that make sense? Things kind of scrolling pretty fast. Let's see. So, hope that makes sense, Katie. Let's see. Yes, makes perfect sense. I have been making big changes, and it's a little scary. Okay, yeah. So I knew there was some sort of change aspect there. Don't be afraid of it. Be strong through it. See these changes, because I see them as good. I really do see them as good here. Or not me. The cards see them as good. All righty. Okay. So that's Katie. Oh, and I lost my pen. All right, up next we have Fallen Truly. As I cross off the list here, Fallen Truly, please post your question. And while we're waiting for that question, I'm going to go down the list. So Fallen Truly's up next for her question. After that's Tar Apple, Spitfire Cat, Janice McKay, Isis Mommy, Gypsy Lee, Terry Killeran, and Jalen Jackson or Evelyn. If anyone else wants a reading, I'm going to just kind of put one of those next to your name, like in the comments, and I'll put it up on the screen. Just kind of put one of those next to your name, and we'll add you to the list. All right. Okay, Fallen Truly. Am I saying that right? Fallen Truly? Fallen, that's what it looks like, would like a general. All right. Okay, Dandelion would like one. Absolutely. Let me add her to the list before we get started with Fallen Truly's general. Okay. All right. My friend, you're on the list. Okay. A general for Fallen Truly. Let's get the card shuffled and let's see what this general has to say for you. Hmm? Da-na-na-na. Do-do-do-do-do. So how's everybody's week been going? I'll tell you, I'll tell it while I'm shuffling. I'll tell everyone I've been having an interesting week. So I am taking a new job, and I start on the 9th. So I gave my notice at my current place Monday, and it's just been very emotional because I really, I love most of the people I work with, and it's just a bittersweet, hard goodbye. But it's like something it was quite a bit more money per year at this new place, and it's closer to home. And so I had to take it, but kind of makes it's exciting, but it's just a mix of bittersweet emotion. It's really tough. Okay. I'll probably have to do a reading on which I've already done a reading on myself to see how it was going to go, the new job. And, I have the results to that, and it's going to go pretty well. All right, Fallen Truly. Let's see what the general says. We've got our Dark Lord. Okay. We've got that. All right. Okay. Not so bad of a reading here. So up first, we have the Dark Lord. And the Dark Lord, that's the devil card. Be what?
Be aggressive.
Oh, shush, I'm reading over here.
Aggressive.
Be aware, be on the lookout for manipulation. Whenever the Dark Lord comes up, right? And you look at the card, right? He's standing there and he's got these two, the toads, by chains. He's manipulating them. So be mindful that there may be some manipulation in play. Okay, be careful of that. So now we come up to the Four of Wands. This card, right? If you wonder what the two are doing in this card, they're dancing. And when I see this dancing, so Four of Wands typically, I'm going to crack my little book over here. Four typically means stability. Like in, by the, oh, you can't see it, the camera's not, by the book. But when I see this card, I think the dance, compromise. It could really tie into this manipulation. There might need to be some maneuvering that needs to happen, kind of employing a little bit of tact and some creativity to steer clear of this manipulation. Okay. So we're good so far. Now we have the Star card. Now, what's our Star card? The Star is experiencing hope and optimism. This is a good one because there's the hope and optimism. If you keep hope and optimism, you're going to experience that. So there's going to be a little bit of dancing and being careful of this manipulation, but you focus on that and you focus on hope and optimism, and you get to that level. You experience that hope and optimism. That's what we have here with these 3 cards. Hope that makes a little bit of sense. As Lucian just keeps banging into my light. Bull in a china shop, because I'm not live here.
I'm dropping shit.
Obviously you are. All right. So I hope that makes, does that make a little bit of sense, Fallen Truly? Seem to kind of roll. So that's what I've been trying to do. So spot on. Yeah. Be very careful. Oops. Change cameras here so you can actually see what I look like. Yeah, be very mindful of manipulation. There's manipulation at play here. That's something to really keep in mind. As you progress, and just hope and optimism all the way, my friend. All right. Let me take a quick peruse up to make sure no one else wanted to be added to the list. If I see no arrows. Oh, yeah, there's Little Dandelion. I got you. So Little Dandelion was the last one. So, all right, let's move on. Tar Apple, you are next. So please post your question in the chat. A little bit. A little bit. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So Tar Apple. Kay says, I still can't get this deck for under $50. I would be surprised to see this deck under $100. Not in any sort of worthy condition. Last I checked Amazon, good condition or new condition used was going for upwards of like $500. It's just crazy. But where is it? You might want to try out or check out my my walkthrough of this Wizard, the Barbara Moore Wizards Tarot. This is also a pretty good deck. It's different, but it's a pretty good deck. All right, Tar Apple. Oh, let's see. Oh, Opal. Of course I have a. Of course I have a room from. And you're right to my list. Opal Owl, right on the list. All right. So we're waiting for Tar Apple's question. Did she post it? Financial for me, please. Okay. Yeah, that's always on our minds, isn't it? That's on my mind. I'm a little bit kind of, with the changing of jobs, there's a little bit of a gap between in pay. So I'm kind of like, once I get going, I'll be okay. But whenever you have that gap, it makes me a little nervous. But right, we do what we need to do. All right. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oops. So hold the cards the right way before I shuffle them. All right. Are we ready? Let's see what we've got. Come on, go straight. All right. So my cats are going crazy, but that's usually the case when I'm live. We have our Five of Wands. Five's typically uncertainty. I see a need for cooperation here. You think of it like this when we see this picture, right? You've got 5 witches or wizards creating fire, but it takes all 5 of them to make that happen. You know? So it may, there may be a need or some help or something like that. There's cooperation, right? Now we followed it up 9 of Pentacles. 9 is success. Pentacles, right? Whenever I see Pentacles, I'm thinking money, 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 money. So it's a good thing that this card came up, right? And we have 9 of Wands, again, success. When I see the nine of Wands, I think the experiencing the fruition of good hard work. I think in my mind, right, she's holding up these wands. She's standing. She's got a very proud look on her face. So she kind of stood up. Maybe she put these other wands in the ground, lit the fires for some purpose, but there's a sense of accomplishment. So to tie this together, right, there's some sort of cooperation in order that might be needed here. But in the end, right, things work out. Especially with this card coming up, the 9 of Pentacles, it's a really good success indicator in financial matters. If that makes sense. If that makes any sense, my friend. All right, let's see. Moving right along. All right. He says, sounds great. Thank you. I hope so. All right. So up next, my pen. Up next is Spitfire Cat. Spitfire, please post your question. And while we're waiting for the question, let me take a quick peruse back through. I don't see. Okay, Opal Owl was the last one. Remember, let me make a little thingy in here. Make one of those. Or I could do a banner like this too. I'll do it both. Make one of those in the chat, just like I did, to get on the list. And I will add you to the list. All right. Okay. Let's see, what do we got? So Spitfire Cat. It's all right. She's got right here General. All right, let's do some shuffling, and we'll get this General done. All righty. Here comes the kitty. Where do you think you're going, little one? There really isn't much room over here when I'm live. All right, I gotta add K to the list. Okay. Oh, look at this. It's weird. I have one card that was upside down. How bizarre. All right. Okay, all right. I cut the deck and I'm ready to pull, but before I do, let me just add. Hey, Somewhere in Time, how are you? Welcome. K-A-Y-E. P-S-E-T. All right. I think we'll do a complete list thus far. All right, are we ready for this General? Let's bring up the card cam. And here we go. All right, we've got the Hermit. I so love this Hermit card. We got 5 of Swords. And we've got the Tower. Very interesting. Interesting. Okay, so first up, we have our Hermit. We know what the Hermit means. It's kind of when you see the Hermit, it's time to withdraw into yourself in solitude, to contemplate something, to figure something out, right? It's meditate on something. There's something you really need to weigh heavily, and you got to kind of pull in to seclusion and figure something out. It could be in general, it could be a particular thing that's troubling you. But when I see the Hermit card, it's time to kind of shut out the outside world and really think and dig from within. Okay. So the next card is our 5 of Swords. 5 is uncertainty. Now, when I see this card, I see someone, there's a few things that are standing out to me today when I'm looking at this card. He's got 2 swords in his hand. He's holding them by the blade. And I believe he's picking them up. That's what I see is a picking up action. But it's kind of like there's uncertainty there. It's like picking up something awkwardly. And that's telling me be kind of, there's some uncertainty ahead. Be kind of careful with decisions. Don't take on more than you can chew, so as to speak. Definitely, be a little less aggressive, because you're going into a little bit of an uncertain time. If that makes sense. Now and it's kind of true. Well, not kind of true, but it kind of makes sense to me because now we have the Tower card here. Now, with this particular deck, I mean, I think we've talked this Tower card to death, I think, on various videos. There is, the typical Tower chaos and calamity. But one thing to really note about this tower, what am I saying? Tower, is that this is a strong tower. It can withstand. This tower can withstand the chaos and the calamity that is outside, right? We've got lightning all over the place. And, the sea is crashing. It's just a bitter storm outside. And think of it like this, because what's funny about this deck is this, if you can see, let's bring this card back in. If you look in this window here, that's a little guy. Now, if you read through the book of this deck, and I'll show you something. We'll take a little time. I'm going to find the Magician card because it's quite remarkable, the thought that was put into this deck. When you read the description in the book of these 2 cards, and I'm going to put this here to point something out. This guy in the window is him. It actually says that in the book. This is the Magician in the tower, right? Look at the cards. This is a flip of the scene, right? The window's the same. The lightning is outside. This confirms my belief in this card that the tower is intact. Look at the Magician here. He's kind of just He's just pouring his little thingy. I got candlelight going on, and I'm mixing shit like crazy. So what that tells me in the grand scheme of this, from the secluded, withdrawing into yourself to weigh a decision, the uncertainty in the tower, what's standing out really strong with me is don't bite off too much. That's what I see this guy in the card doing. I think he's going to try to pick up way too many swords. He's holding them by the blades. He's going to cut his hand, yada, yada, yada. That's what's going on in my mind. So it's a time of caution, but it's not a time of despair. I hope that kind of makes some sense. Lucian just turned, so he wants to talk to me. What's up? You can't move that.
Just there, because I want to pop on for a second.
You want to pop on? Oh, okay.
Look out, I'm going to pop on.
Okay, well, hurry up.
That means you have to move.
I can't move. Where would you like me to go?
I'm popping on. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I just popped on because I had a brilliant idea.
Oh, no.
Girl. All I was going to say is I think I'm going to start joining Dave with his readings on Wednesday, because I know I did an unboxing of the new Hoodoo Tarot deck, and I know a lot of people were interested in it. So I wanted to kind of start reading with them to get used to them and show everyone what it's like reading with that deck, because I know a lot of people have been interested in the new Hoodoo Tarot deck that just was released a couple weeks ago.
Wow, you just had that idea?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. I've been telling you to read with me all for
Hi,
years.
J-Bow.
Hi, J-Bow. So anyways, what do we got there? So Spitfire, does that make sense? Let's go through the list here. I hope that made sense. B-Bow, hello, Lucian. And
oh, geez. Hold on. We have two. Hello, Bowers and J-Bow. Sorry, I just realized there were both of you in here.
All right. So I got to add Jen, B-Bow.
So B-Bow would like a reading.
Yeah.
And did I see? Yes, Bowers is in here too. Okay, guys. So I will see you guys. What's today? Wednesday? Oh! Sorry, don't forget while Dave's writing the name down.
I already wrote it.
Tomorrow is going to be the premiere of my new 101 Santeria / Lukumi.
Cool.
Yay! So that'll be exciting. A new practice for you all to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be at 7:30, I think. Tomorrow's what I said, right? Or 7 o'clock?
I don't know.
I think it's at 7 o'clock. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7.
That's what the Facebook group is for. Post it in there. Yeah, looking forward to that. Cool. Spitfire says, thanks, Dave. I understand what it's saying. Yeah, sometimes I ramble. Please feel free to tell me to shut up if I get to rambling. But I kind of really like the way I read is less by the book and more intuitively. Hold on, let me make a bed for the cat because he has to be laying next to me in order to be happy. But good, I'm glad that made sense. Okay, so Spitfire Cat, that's done. Up next is Janice McKay. Janice, please post your question. And let me take a quick look. I did put you down. I did somewhere in time.
Dave, after the live, can we post it through your computer? Because for some reason, my computer and my phone don't notify people 30 minutes before I'm going live. For some reason.
Yeah, I can build it in here.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm gonna take a photo, create a thingy for it, so I can send it to you.
Okay.
Thumbnail.
All right. So the list we have now, Janice is getting a general, but here's what we have on the list: Janice McKay, Isis Mommy, Gypsy Lee, Terry Killeran, Jalen Jackson, Little Dandelion, Opal Owl, Kay Thompson, Somewhere in Time, and Jen B-Bow. Did I miss anybody? I'll put this up. Okay. Just taking a quick look through the chats. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Nope. Okay. All right, so Janice is getting a general. Dun. Okay. Do a little shuffle, shuffling. What's that song? I'll take, and Jennifer says, I'll take one. Let me write you down just so I got you. So Jen, Bowers. Got you down, Jen Bowers. But yes, put an arrow. I happened to see that out of the corner of my eye. God, you're lucky. Because I'm kind of, lost half the time. All righty. So a general for Janice. All right. And while I'm shuffling, I want to, so this Saturday on Saturdays, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm taking some of my unique decks and I'm going to start doing a tarot kind of similar to the symbolism we were doing, but we're going to talk about the similarities and differences in comparison of cards. And I've got, let me see, I've got a few decks here. And this Saturday, we're going to be looking at the Fool. I'm going to kind of try to do it in order, kind of along the Fool's journey, if you would. So that's what we're doing on Saturday. All right. So let's bring the card cam in. All right. Oh, there's some good stuff here. Oh, speaking of the Fool card. All right, there's some interesting stuff here. So if you join us on Saturday, you'll find out about her because I'm doing this deck too as one of them. All right, so anyways, the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, when I see this card, I see someone at one with nature, almost like an empress. She's the queen, she's in her domain out in nature. She's, she's surrounded by what would be spring, right? Something to think about, the springtime. The Initiate, that's the Fool card. Something new is beginning, right? Isn't that what the Fool is? Let me just pop open to the book. Where's my Fool? Fool, where you hide, Fool? Starting out on a new adventure. Or a new venture. That's the Fool. So I'm thinking somewhere around springtime with all the flowers here, there's going to be a new adventure for you. And look at, we have the Page of Swords. What do our pages do? Right? Pages are usually bringer of news. Right? I always say that because they're always, carrying something. He's bringing something, news, information, if you would. So I tie this together, and what this is telling me here, let me bring myself in here, is that there's going to be a new adventure coming your way. It's something that I don't think you know about yet. And I'm going to ask if that makes sense, and it's probably not going to, because it's something when we tie this all together that I see springtime here. You're going to learn something. There's going to be some news or something that is going to affect you. My vibe is in the positive way that's going to have you starting out on a new adventure. Hopefully that makes sense, because that's what these puppies are saying to me today. That's what they're saying to me today. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in Time Tarot says, have you? Yes, I have. Let's put it down here. This is the new Wizard's Tarot. Actually, that doesn't work. So we'll just do this. Yes, I have the new Wizard's Tarot, Barbara Moore. It came in a little over a week ago. I used it for last Wednesday's Wednesday night read. So yeah, it is a really good deck. I like it. The only complaint I have, because I like that deck just about as much as I like my classic Wizards Tarot. Only thing is the cards are a little bigger. The Wizards Tarot cards are, they're pretty small. They're about the size of regular playing cards. Very easy for my clumsy shuffling hands to manage. Okay, and Jenna says that does make sense. Thank you. You are so welcome. I love doing this. Okay. All right. Up next, and I want to just we got a pretty robust list, but I don't want to leave anybody out. You just make one of. I'm going to type it in the chat. You make one of those if you want, and I can do a little banner of it too. Make one of those in the chat if you want to be if you want to get on the list. All righty. That being said, someone says, Dave, really, because I have the Wizard's Tarot you're using now. Yeah, we've talked about that. You have this deck. And it is just such there's not many of these out there, believe it or not, that people have. And I'm really thrilled that you have it. Because it really is a good deck. Really is. And I'll tell you, I'm going to say this. I think I said this last time. I got to plan a show. I'm going to have you on, and we're going to have to just have a show sometime where we just talk about this deck. It's just a cool deck. You know what I'm saying? All right. So we're done with Janice. So up next is Isis Mommy. Isis Mommy, please post your question in the chat. And we'll do a reading. Somewhere in time. I would check it out. Yeah, if you really like this deck, I would check it out. Like I said, I like reading with it. My only complaint is that it's a little tricky because they're bigger cards. They're not huge, but they're bigger than these, and it makes it a little tricky to shuffle for me. I just suck at shuffling. All right. Isis Mommy wants a general. Okay. All right. I love to get a good shuffle in every once in a while. Get a good shuffle in. Okay. All righty. Are we ready? Let's bring up the card cam. We can see the cards, right? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, we have our strength card again. We have 10 of Pentacles. Wow. All right. Some cool stuff here. All right. So we have our strength card again, and right, we know what that means. Be strong. I love this card because it's I love this gentle strength. So the cards are putting that out there. Some strength is in order. Focus, strength, that may be an indication of some hard work ahead. Be strong, stay on track, stay the course. Next card we have 10 of Pentacles. right? 10 is completion. So I think this ties in where what I'm seeing here is, you stay the course through completion, right? It may be a little hard work ahead. It may be a little bit of a screwy path, but stay on course. Because in the end, right, we've got our 9 of cups. We've got our celebration, right? 9 is success. And we're toasting a cup. So, that's the thing. What I'm getting here for the focus is, a little bit of hard work is ahead of you in some aspect of your life. Put your, put your, put your work in, put your due diligence in there. Bring it to completion. Right. I love this card. I see this guy sitting here and it's just like raining coins. Right. That's the completion card. That is the success when everything is done, when you finally, make it to the end. You're going to be tossing a cup up. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Yeah. Kind of like don't lose hope. Right? Stay the course. Right? Oops, sorry, kitty. Sorry, kitty. Hi, kitty. All right. Take a quick look at the comments. Let me take that down. Okay. So I hope that made sense. I don't see anyone new on the list, so let's move on. Up next, Gypsy Lee, my bus buddy. What's your question? Oh, and someone said something was yummy. Ice cream for dinner. Yeah, I haven't even. I don't even know what I'm going to have for dinner. I'm talking. I don't have the camera on me. What the hell? What am I doing? Sorry about that. Here we go. Yeah, ice cream for dinner. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, I could always go for ice cream. All right. So Gypsy Lee, please post your question in the chat. I'm going to get this reading done. A little dandelion says, I need ice cream. Chocolate chips, mint chocolate chip. Oh, yeah. I have a thing for coffee ice cream. But I'll tell you what I could go for right now is a nice freaking hot fudge sundae. Oh, peanut butter sundae with coffee ice cream. Jeez, Lord. Oh. Okay, Gypsy wants to know, is my 3-year plan too long? Should I shorten it? All right, let's see. Is my 3-year plan too long? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I probably can't remember that far back. All right, let's see. Okay, let's bring the card cam up. I'm sorry, Isis. Darn technology. All right, but let's see. Queen of Pentacles. Interesting so far. Interesting. So, all 3 of these cards are kind of telling me a story here. Well, that's not what they usually do. So, first and foremost, no, the 3-year plan is not too long. I'm getting from here a lot of think, a lot of calculate, a lot of make sure you execute things properly, right? We have our Queen of Pentacles, right? She's got the, she's got the thing under the thing like this, and she's really thinking things through, taking her time. Look at her. Let me bring this back in. Look at her. Probably one of the most patient queens. If you don't knock the camera down,
Oh, sorry.
Mr. Busybody, can you stay put? I'm going to poke you with the pen. So definitely patience. Patience is a virtue here. Look at this card, Justice. Right? Justice. What is that? Right? Putting things on the scale, balancing things. Definitely look to balance. Calculating again. And then we have our Hermit. We know what the Hermit means. Really withdraw into yourself, focus on you, and really, again, withdraw into yourself and, for making the decision. So that's telling me 3 years is not too long. You've got to, look at the Justice card. You've got to make those calculations and adjust. Don't be afraid to adjust your plan. Don't worry so much about the timeline. Worry about executing that plan the right way. So that way, at the end, you cross your T's and dot your I's. Hopefully, that makes a little bit of sense. So yeah, things that make you go doesn't it? So yeah, don't worry about it taking too long or too short. It isn't about that. It's more about making the right decisions to execute that plan to its best, to the best success that it can be. All right. So yeah, it's crazy. The deck now Dave is using now goes for hundreds of dollars. It is absolutely crazy. I'll be the first one to tell you. Hundreds of dollars for a bunch of paper. But the thing is, when they get out of print, those values just. Okay, Gypsy, my good friend. Okay, good. That is perfect. I am definitely getting the message. Super. I'm so glad. So glad. And don't forget, beep, beep on the bus. Okay, up next, Terry Killeron. If I'm saying that right. Look at you. She's on the spot. She's paying attention to the list. I love when people do that. Let's run down the list. So I'm doing Terry's reading now. After that, it's Jalen Jackson. And I have parentheses, Evelyn. Evelyn's her name. We have, after that, Little Dandelion, Opal Owl, Kay Thompson, Somewhere in Time, and Jen Bebow and Jen Bowers. So that's the list. If you want to get on the list, just make that arrow in the chat, and I'll add you to the list. And we'll just keep on pressing on. Of course, I've been on here for an hour already, but that's all right. Lucian's busy, so I don't have to worry about getting off fast. All right, so financial for Terry. Let's get a good shuffle in here. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. Oh, that's cute. It's really cute. All right, here we go. Let's bring the card cam up. We're starting with the World card, and that's never a bad thing to start with. Ace of Cups. And Alchemist. That's interesting that those three came up. So the World card, that's right. What is the World? Finding ultimate success. Finding ultimate success. So, that's that, right? I mean, there's definitely, you're going to be fine. But now we're going to move. Next is our Ace of Cups. So that's something like a tweak. Like a tweak, right? That kind of needs to happen. Not a big, like not a big change like the Fool card would indicate, but just a slight change. And then we move on to our Alchemist. And what does the Alchemist do? Right? He's calculating, he's mixing, he's being very careful. So what I'm getting here is for financial. There is success possibility there. I'm getting an indication here that there is a slight tweak that needs to happen. Maybe a little more calculating. That could mean, right, financial responsibility, really weighing the decisions to spend on various things in a more calculating way, right? Isn't that what our Alchemist is doing there? Just kind of, let me bring myself in so the way I use my thingies, my Paisan like sign language. So yeah, there is an adjustment that needs to be made, and it might mean being a little more frugal financially. But I do get a sense that you'll be okay financially. Especially with the World card there. That's kind of the ultimate success card. With some adjustments, right? With the proper adjustments, you'll be fine. You'll be fine financially. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Alrighty. Okay. So that's Terry. So I hope, Terry, that makes a little bit of sense. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, and Terry says, I love when people say, And she says, totally makes sense. I'm deciding to buy a newer vehicle. Opal and I need to stop ordering DoorDash. Oh, dear. Tell me about it. We have a DoorDash Uber Eats in the house over here, and it can get expensive, But our friend, a dear friend, she's not in here because she has class, gave us this air fryer, and it's like we've been using it every night to eat. Fried chicken, but healthy. It's great. Saving us beans. You know what I'm saying? All right. So up next, we have Jalen Jackson or Evelyn. So Evelyn, if you're in here, please post your question in the chat. And I'm going to do a little bit of shuffling. Fun times, isn't it? What are we talking about? I see it's easy to be in the closet with that kind of stuff too. Yeah, but my friend gave me a newer one that doesn't work. Well, oh, okay. What I see in the job. Oh, this is a very interesting reading. I was doing one of these on myself because I'm taking a new job. But let's see what the cards see in this job here. What are you watching? Wow, I just got it blasting. He can't even hear me. All right. Okay. Let's make some more. I gotta get these nice and flat. I want to get a nice, good shuffle here. All right, here we go. Cut the deck and let's bring the card camera in. Let's see what we've got here. If I click. All right. Da-da-da-da-bum. Transfiguration. And the initiate again. Interesting. A lot of interesting here. I see change. I see a lot of change. Not sure what your job situation is. Well, let's go through the cards. So transfiguration, we know that's like the death card. That's the end of something, the rebirth of something else. And our initiate is right. That's the Fool card in this deck. It's starting out on this new journey. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. And that's uncertainty. When I see this card in this context, because when I read these cards, I go really intuitively. I just see people just leaving a building, moving on. Yeah, I mean that's so that's kind of what I'm seeing. There's some oh, sorry. I got an alert up on my phone and I stopped to read it. Dave, is there a woman in charge in my new job? Well, I don't know. The people I interviewed with were all men, so no. But I'm sure there's a woman somewhere. The company I'm going with is a really large company. So anyways, so that's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some change needing to kind of take place here with your job situation. If that makes some sense. I mean, it's kind of almost to the point where the cards are screaming it. So I hope that makes sense. So true. It could be, sometimes you got to go with those instincts, all right. So that's that. Let's take a look at the list. Where are we? All right. Up next is Little Dandelion. So Little Dandelion, please post your question in the chat. I'm going to get a quick shuffle in here. But while we're waiting for Little Dandelions, question in the chat, I'll remind you that you want to put that arrow in the chat to get added to the list. And I've been about an hour and 8. What time is it? 8 o'clock. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be the last call. I think everyone that wants a reading tonight is on the list, but this is last call. Make a thing like that in the chat if you want to get added to the list, or just got to make it stand out. Type me in all caps. I'll see that too. All right, so Little Dandelion. If let's see if all right. We have it right here. How can I attain my manifestations and get back on track with life? I feel like I've strayed off my path and I'm struggling at the moment. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what the cards say. Okay. Oh, let's bring up the camera here. All right, our first card, Page of Cups. Okay. Next card. Oh, we got a lot of pages. And the Eight of Wands. So, interesting. Interesting. So here's what I got here. So Page of Cups and Page of Wands. Pages are usually bringer of news. So that's something to be on the lookout. One thing that stands out to me for some reason in this particular pull with the pages is if we look at this page, there's a lot of birds flying around, and look at, she's actually holding her cup up to it. For some reason, what's jumping out at me is spirit animals, spirit guide. It's like a spirit animal or a spirit guide is trying to reach out to you. So try to pay attention to that. Meditate on that, because there's a message there. There's a message there that a spirit guide is trying to get to you. That's the news that I feel that the pages are saying here. And the next cards are Eight of Wands. Let's bring this back in. Eight of Wands. That is, balance achieved. That is, when I see these wands, right, they almost look like witches' brooms with little jet fires coming out of the end, and they're flying. They're going up into the sky. They're moving forward. They're moving on. They're going forward in this direction. Going places. So I think one thing that you should really focus on is meditate on this message that a spirit guide is trying to get to you, because that's kind of what my intuition is saying here, if that makes sense. Actually, she posed, interesting. Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. Let me give it to this banner. I'll take a peek to see if anyone else wants to be added. I haven't seen anyone. Oh, Cameron, sure. Wow, we got another one to the list. Awesome. And Cameron, welcome. Welcome. CAMERONF. Cameron F. Welcome to the party. Yeah, I think I'll tell you what, I had a spirit animal or spirit guide experience myself, and I did what can be called a journey. If you look up journeying or dream walking, a lot of shaman do it with mugwort or wormwood or cannabis, and basically, at the crudest of descriptions, you get really high, if you would, very high, I guess is the best word, and you meditate on focusing on a particular thing you want to get an answer from. In my case, I've never explored my my spirit guides, my spirit animal. I never really sought them out. So I had this experience, and I'm not going to, I will recommend looking into doing that sort of thing. But I wouldn't, it's not something you want to do untrained. It's something that you want to seek out someone who's very knowledgeable, because you basically you're taking you have to take some sort of hallucinogen. Um, some shamans in Tibet, they use teas. Um, but it just basically gets you into this enlightened state. It opens up the third eye, and you can really be in tuned. But it's very interesting, and I found out my spirit guides. Anyways, I'm shuffling here. Next on the list is Opal Owl. Opal Owl, you are next. So please post your question in the chat. Opal Owl. Now calling Opal Owl to the chat. All right. Okay, I want to do is general. Okay, there it is. Put that up there. We have a general reading for Opal Owl. As I shuffle my cards, yeah. Da-da-da-da-dum-dum. Wow, today's Wednesday, hump day. I love hump day. We're halfway through the week. And isn't daylight savings coming soon? Oh, I can't wait. It starts getting light until like late. Oh, little dandelion, you're always welcome. All right. Ha! No, we don't want no snow. No. Okay. All right. We bring up the card cam. 10 of Swords. That's one that's pretty self-explanatory. All right. Okay. First and foremost, right, we've got the 10 of Swords. That jumps out at me and is telling me be very careful. To put it succinctly, be very mindful of being stabbed in the back. There's this, when I see this card, there's this warning, like this guy's literally stabbed to death in the back, but I think it's a little, trying to get a point across. But be very careful, because I get the sense that someone's trying to stab you in the back. All right, that being said, moving here, the Chariot. That's the momentum going forward, finding your direction in life, which is always a good thing. You kind of find your direction in life. And then we have our Four of Cups. Whenever I see this card, it's like this, not warning, but this cry to say, hey, pay attention to what's in front of you, right? Look at the analogy here. Look at the card here. Here we have a boy sitting, and he's like daydreaming about a cup. But there's like 3 of them right in front of him. So be careful not to pine away on objects that are already there before you. You know what I'm saying? It's like let me see expressions. What do they say? What the hell's that expression? Something, the forest for the trees. Don't miss the fire. I don't know. Something for the forest. Oh my God, I don't remember the expression. But don't pine away too much at what you want, because what you want might be right there before you. Right, that's what's happening in this case. He's like dwelling on this cup, and there's like 3 of them there. If that makes some sense. But the takeaways from this: be careful of being stabbed in the back here. But you are going to find your direction in life. Don't hold yourself back. Coveting and wanting what's what is actually before you all along. Hope that makes a little bit of sense. I'm going to take that off the screen. Oh, I love it. Spring is almost here. Spring is... Yes, can't see the forest for the trees. That's the expression. And what that means is, you're looking for the forest, you can't find the forest. Where the hell's the forest? Wait a minute. I'm in the forest and the trees are all right here. It's kind of like a play on that. All right. And Opal says it does. Awesome. You're welcome. And snow is a 4-letter word. Yes, indeed. 4-letter word. Except if it's on a mountain and I'm skiing. But I haven't gotten enough of that done this season. All right. Back to the list. Let's see what we got. That was Opal Owl. Up next, Kay Thompson, you're up next. Please post your question. Okay. Okay, Kay, please post your question. Look, I made a sing. I sang. I know I shouldn't quit my day job, huh? I'm gonna just do a quick shuffle. Just a general. I like these generals. Generals are good because you can tell a whole story. Da-da-da-da-dun-dun-da-da-dun. Okay. All right. Let's see. General reading. Let's bring up the card cam, shall we? Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Oh, we got Transfiguration again. He keeps popping up, doesn't he? King of Swords. Stand. 7 of Wands, which is to stand your ground. All right, interesting. So Transfiguration, that's it's our death card. That means the end of something and the beginning of something new. All right. Follow up with the King of Swords. When I look at this card, here's another one with a lot of animals in it. And whenever I see animals in a card, I always kind of take a step back and ask myself if there's a spirit guide trying to guide us. What I see in this King of Swords, right? He's almost kind of like, you see, he's kind of looking to the right, not looking ahead. And that's, for some reason, that's standing out to me today. Not so much the animal, the birds and the cards, even though those stood out. But it's almost like, hey, look this way, right? Look forward while you're walking, because you don't want to get off track. And this transfiguration, this starting something new. Now, here's the thing. Now we go to our 7 of Wands. Whenever I see this card here, I'll put a little pen here, pointing at his crotch. This is like King of the Mountain, stand your ground. And that tells me you're going to start, this transfiguration is going to be on the end of something. You're starting something new. Don't look back, stay focused, and stand your ground. You may be embarking on something that people might be saying, hey, that's not a good idea. If it's a good idea in your heart, stand your ground, right? Don't let anyone stand in your way, because I see a little bit of that here. I see a little bit of a fight ahead. Okay. Whatever this change is a good change for you. But you have to kind of see it through, stand your ground. Don't get held back. Don't let people change your mind. Don't be influenced. follow your heart, stand your ground. Whenever I see that card, it's like King of the Hill. But keep an eye out for the transfiguration, for the completion of something and then a start of something new. Because that's in the cards here. Drum roll, please. So I hope that makes sense. It's funny because it reminds me of like myself and my own situation with my new job. I hope I don't have to stand my ground. I'm sure I'm going to have to work hard, but that's a good thing. Working hard is never a bad thing. All right, so that's okay. All right, I hope that made sense. I'm going to do a quick run down the list, make sure I've got everybody. So up next is Somewhere in Time Tarot. So if you're here, and you are because you just posted, so Somewhere in Time, please post your question. After Somewhere in Time, we have Jen Bebow, followed by Jen Bowers, followed by Cameron F. And I think after that, we'll wrap the night up. Unless I missed somebody. If I missed somebody, please yell at me and say, hey, you missed somebody, as I kind of adjust my sock over here. All right, so we want a general here today. All right. Good. Good. All right. Oh, my God. Did you make tea? Lucian?
Yes.
Did you make tea?
Yes.
Can you make me some tea? What kind of tea did you make? Or did,
regular tea.
or did you do it in the Keurig or did you do it in the...
Keurig.
Oh, all right. Never mind. I use the hot pot when I make tea. Someone types says Cameron wants a reading. Yep, I have Cameron on the list. Cameron is going to be the last one on the list. All right. So let's go over here. Excuse me. All right. A general. All righty. Interesting. Okay. All right. So what I get here, right? We have our Two of Pentacles. Well, you'll notice the guy, he's juggling. Two of Pentacles, kind of like balance required. There's a lot of juggling going on. And then we have our Queen of Cups. If you look at our Queen of Cups, she's kind of focused on a pendant. Somehow I'm getting this intuition that you seem to be... Are you at a point of your life where like you're juggling a lot of things? Maybe it seems really busy. Maybe almost overwhelming. I'm getting that sense. For some reason, I'm getting that sense. And now, but we have our Five of Wands, and the reason why is now what's standing out as our Five of Wands card. Whenever I see this card, right, it means cooperation. It might mean, yeah. So it might be. So here's the thing: the cards are telling me that cooperation. That means that. Don't be afraid to like lean on some friends, get a little help with a lot of the stuff that's overwhelming you. Because I feel that you're at that point where it's really overwhelming. And it's not, I mean, we all go through that stage in our lives where we just need to take a step back. Consider things and maybe see, if you kind of can kind of lean on someone for a little bit of help, but that's what I need. I think to sort through a lot of the chaos in life right now, It might take a little bit of cooperation with friends, family, and stuff like that. Because, even when I see the Queen of Cups, when we're in these chaotic times, we forget to focus on ourselves, right? And that's where she stands out. She's sitting there looking at, I don't know, like a pendant or something like that, but she's focusing on herself. Let me see. Yesterday, my water heater drain valve went. I fixed it myself. I'm doing everything. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you're overwhelming yourself. That's what's going on. And, it's kind of cool that you did that yourself, because I probably couldn't. I, I remember when I first moved into this house, and my water heater went, and I called the the friggin' people to fix it, and it sucked. It cost me a lot of money, but there's no way I could fix it myself. But the whole thing was broken, so I needed to buy a new one. But I hope that makes sense. Don't be afraid to to get a little help from friends and family with a lot of the the chaos, this with so much of stuff going on. 60 gallons of water everywhere. Yeah, that's not good. That's definitely not good. Been there. I've been there. It was like, I want to say it was a month after I moved into the house, and it was the first house that I've ever bought. And I did not, let me tell you, I had no idea what I was doing, because I bought the house in the summer. The hot was like I think in July. The hot water heater went in August, and that winter, halfway through the winter, I found out that my furnace was about ready to, my heater was about ready to burst into flames, and I had to replace that. So yeah, it was not. I know the feeling. Dave, I do everything: electrical, cars, plumbing. Too much. That is a lot. That is a lot. Yeah, you got to kind of thin that out a little bit, you know. You can't run flat out all the time. It's so easy for us these days to burn ourselves out, right? It's just, it's so easy. It doesn't take much. All right. Moving on. We have up next, we have Jen Bebow. Jen, please post your question. My husband's standing there doing nothing. I fix everything. You might need to crack the whip, my friend. You might need to be like, look, you're the husband. Get out there, get a wrench and go tune up my car. What the hell? All right. General travel. All right. Let's see. A general travel. A little travel reading. Okay. Let's do a shuffle. All right. Shuffling. That phrase is from a song, and I can't remember what it is. Shuffling. I'm gonna have to go listen to all my songs to find out why that's stuck in my head. All right. Okay. Oh, the card's way off the screen. Put that here. All right, we've got Four of Swords. High Priestess. And the King of Pentacles. All right, so what I'm seeing here, I see a lot of people that are staying put for the travel aspect. Right now may not be the best time to travel. See, a lot of people staying put. Kind of keep that in mind. So now we've got Four of Swords. When you look at this card, and I looked at this card a little weird at first until I read the meaning, and I don't have the book, and I'd like to read the meaning. I got to put this on my list for cards to examine on the new series I'm doing on Saturdays. But we have someone, right? Look at the guy on the bench there. Almost looks like he was reading and kind of fell asleep while reading. A couple of things to note. Yeah, there are swords dangling above him, but he's very unfazed by that. What could that mean? Could that mean, there's impending danger that he's not aware of? Or is it a sense of safety? That he is in a place in life where he's strong enough to not, the card isn't being literal. It's that, he's strong enough to withstand any sort of jabs, if you would. If we look at the table, it's made of stone. It's really solid and supportive. So he's got a good support structure there. Then we have the High Priestess. Whenever I see this High Priestess card, it's a very esoteric card. I look at the woman, the High Priestess in this card, and she's reading tarot, right? Think about that, right? Think about focusing on some esoteric, some spirituality thing, stuff right now. And then we have the King of Pentacles, right? He's this king here. He's tired. He probably has already traveled. And now he's on his throne, a really rugged. He's a really rugged guy, and he's on a really rugged stone throne. So he's there. He's gonna be there for a while. That's where kind of stay put is kind of coming through in this reading here. I don't know if you're planning on travel, or if you have some travel that you unplanned that's ahead, but if not, I mean, it's something. I'm getting kind of a stay put vibe from the cards. I don't know. I mean, I hope that makes sense. I hope it makes sense, but that's kind of what I got. All right. Let's bring the camera back on me. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. So that's Jen Bebow. Up next is Jen Bowers. Let me let's take this off here. Okay. Yes, I'm having to move. Okay. Well, it's something that if it's something that you don't have control over, you don't have control over it. So that's interesting. It's interesting that the cards would say, oh, I see. I'm safe where I am, but need to move soon. All right, that's okay. All right, that's a little. Yeah, I was kind of misthinking travel. So let me ask you, kind of expound on this. Do I still have the cards here? Yeah, let me put these back up because I want to take a closer look at it. This one's. I think I'm okay. You're safe now, but needing to move. Let's put these back here. Right? Because, right, we have these guys standing put. But if it's moving as far as like a living place, I was kind of misthinking travel. But with that new information, let's think about this. stability, right? Stability. Um, what I'm thinking here as far as moving. So, because I think moving is a little different than like traveling. Traveling is like taking a vacation. Not for not to dig too much in, but the having to move. I don't know the situation, but with that new information, I'm drawn to look at the swords, and it may be that you're safe, but moving, if you have to move, you've got to move. um do it when it makes sense, right? Don't be hasty with it, be patient with it. Consulting spirituality always helps, that um divination, stuff like that. And then we see the King of Pentacles. Again, he's back at his throne. He's staying there. That's him in his home. So if you feel safe but have to move, that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes we need to step out of the safety to better ourselves. But again, a little bit of caution in that. What am I trying to say here? Don't be too hasty. Make it a single move, and just consider it very carefully. Not consider whether you have to move. If you got to move, you got to move. But take your time to move to a place that's equally as stable and safe. Okay. Anyways. Let's see. Can you stay in general area? Maybe. Yeah. And it could be that. But it could be moving closer towards family. Do you have, are you near family, or oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I have no one here. Interesting. Yes, I'll be moving to Montana with my children. Interesting. I think you'll be fine. Look at this king. Looks like he's in Montana. It looks very wintry over there. Alrighty. Okay. Moving on. Up next is Jennifer Bowers. Jennifer Bowers, please post your question. I'm going to ride the bus a little bit. Oh, Bibo, you are so welcome. Tell me what I need to know, Wise Wiz General. All righty. I'll consult the Wise Wiz Oracle of Wizard cards. That totally made absolutely no sense. All right, hold on. I gotta take a little swig of a drink here. Hold on. And I don't know why I've got the camera. I don't know why I've got the camera down there. I need to show you myself. I gotta take a little bit of a drink. My goodness, talking for 2 hours straight is tough on the old vocal cordage. Oh yeah, definitely the bus. I tell you, I've actually had a conversation with my doctor about the bus. Being someone that has anxiety, a touch of depression and ADHD and insomnia. My doctor honestly is like, it's probably a good idea that you ride the bus every so often. But she cautioned me against the anxiety part because, yes, the bus can make you anxious if you're not careful. All right. All right, Jennifer, we're going to pull some cards up. We get a lot of EP cards. Probably my terrible shuffling. Let's see what we got here. Next card is this one. And our strength card is back. Interesting. So we have our Two of Pentacles again. That's balance required, right? The sense of juggling. And I can ask you the same question. Are you at a point in your life where there's where it seems like you're juggling a lot? A lot of times that card can signify that. Then we got Six of Pentacles. Six by the book. Let's see what it says. Harmony. That doesn't. Okay. Anyways, what I see in this card is a little bit of give back, give or take, which I think may be a little bit, important in the fact of, as we are, going for masters, full-time work, black belt training, and kids. Yes. So I see that. I see the juggling, right? The give and take, right? And then the strength card. So what I'm getting here is, you've got to balance required. You got to. It's tough, but you got to find that balance and make sure you're taking care of you also. And I really focus on the strength card because this is a this strength card, especially in this deck, right? We have a woman of feminine strength, if you would, taming the dragon. The best advice the cards have here is just remember give and take. The world the world demands a lot from us, and we always like to give. Look at it's happening in this card, but you can't overgive. Be strong in some cases, and focus, and I don't know how to say, what was it like? Not compartmentalize, but maybe it is compartmentalize. Just manage that time best you can and be strong through it. I get a sense that it's so worth it in the end. Let's hop over to the going from Mazda. I mean, it's these are all good things. And, you just got to find that balance, right? That's what it's saying. Find that balance. Don't forget to take time for yourself. Best advice I can give you as a wizard in these busy times is it takes 15 minutes every other day, right? Start a meditation routine. That will help the mind get nice and clear so that in these chaotic times when you got a lot going on, you'll be better equipped to handle it, especially with the demand going to college has on our minds, right? I remember I went back to college late for a whole career change. And I don't know how I did it. I went to a college. I completed a 4-year degree in 3 years while working full time. And I didn't have kids, but it's tough. It's tough. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Yeah, I guess it does. I hope so. It's been a rough couple of years, but finish Masters this summer. Oh my good, dude. The light is at the end of the tunnel. You're going to be fine. Be strong, just like the card says. This summer, it's close. Once you got that Masters, the doors open up, and you're gonna. Oh, it's gonna be so rewarding. Absolutely. All right. So that's Jen. All right. The final person, the final victim in tonight's readathon. Just reading the comments. Sorry. Is Cameron F. So Cameron F, if you're still in here, please post your question. Jennifer, you're so welcome. So welcome. I haven't seen Cameron post in a while. Hopefully he's still here. Cameron F, please post your question. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for Cameron to post his question, a little more housekeeping. We know that Lucian said he's going to be live doing another class tomorrow. And
it's going to be at 7:30.
It's going to be at 7:30.
I posted it in the group.
Friday, we have the popcorn party. She says, sorry, I had to empty my hands. I love it. Can I get a reading on my creative endeavors? Oh, this is a good one. My creative endeavors. All right, I'm going to shuffle these good because I'm getting a lot of repeat cards. So let's get a good shuffle. All right. And yeah, we have popcorn party this Friday. Maybe we'll have a guest or two. We'll see. I know one person that already said me. So we have one guest. And I'm not going to give it away. And again, Saturday morning, we're starting on Saturday. We're starting off a new series, if you would. Little tarot series. I get a lot of tarot people from the UK that join me on Saturday mornings, so I want to start doing more tarot stuff, more exploring the cards, if you would. All right, creative endeavors. Shuffling. All right. Deck and let's bring the card camera up. All right, we have this card. Okay, interesting. Well, are these cards ADD today? It's a good thing that I'm ADHD because the cards tend to get ADHD sometimes. So here's what I'm seeing here. First card's Nine of Cups. That's success. I'm not sure what your creative endeavors are, but there is the capacity of success there. Then we have our Eight of Swords. Now, if you look at the individual in this card, she's kind of bound, blindfolded. What I'm getting here is like a sense of either going in blind or holding oneself back, restraining. And the reason why I say that is the next card, right? These cards also, I read these cards like almost like a story. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which means allowing things to take their course. When being creative, you try not to kick the table and make the earthquake. When being creative, right? Sometimes, and I totally lost my train of thought, but sometimes we need to just go for it. And sometimes practice makes perfect. Sometimes we hold ourselves back. And I'll give a little insight. I create Dungeons and Dragons adventures. Yeah, I mean, don't hold yourself back. Do it. Do what you love. Allow things to take their course. The natural, when being creative, sometimes there's that natural evolution. For instance, I play guitar. And I'm learning to play guitar. That's one of my creativities. Or even reading tarot. You have good nights and bad nights. There are nights I read these cards and do the readings on Wednesday night, and I'm like, what the freak? Like, what's going on? And there are other nights that, it just rolls off the tongue. And what I find myself happening is after, you have a good night where things just click. And then you have a night where it just seems so difficult. And then you get in your mind and you hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself back, right? There are times when I'm practicing playing guitar and I'm trying to do like either a chord or like a lead lick, whatever you call it. And it's just not happening. It's like, da, 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 and I'm like getting mad at myself. I put it down for a little while. Then I pick it up again when like the muscle memory resets itself. And I find I nail it. It's kind of the same thing. You get into your head and you hold yourself back. Don't do that. Put your effort in. Allow things to take their course, because in the end, if you're enjoying it, you're already winning. And then the positive, the good outcome is just par for the course, if that makes any sort of sense. Makes sense to me because I've lived it. All right. Anyways, Cameron, I hope that makes sense. All right. That's our list for tonight, right? I didn't miss anybody. I hope not. I don't think I did. I always worried that I missed somebody, but I think I got everybody. At any rate, wow, it's been 2 hours. So we're going to wrap up tonight. This was kind of fun. And again, don't forget to check out our upcoming shows. Matt tomorrow night, Lucian tomorrow night. Thank God he has his headphones on. He couldn't hear that mistake.
I heard that.
Oh, he didn't have his headphones on.
The earphones are in.
All right. Lucian tomorrow. And a popcorn party on Friday. And then we have Saturday on Saturday. It's going to be fun. And don't forget to check out, if you haven't, check out the Facebook page, Crossed Paths. We post a lot of good stuff in there, including the shows that are coming up. This is Lucian's Instagram. He likes it when I pimp his Instagram. Check it out. He's always putting a lot of cool stuff in there. That's my Instagram, which I've been lacking lately because I'm a slacker, but I'll unslack. And, thanks for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. And you guys have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you. Thank you. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your week and rest of your night.